Hello guys, I am Alex Koloskov and this is FortiG review and critic video session where I'm taking submissions from FortiG forum, submit your work, and actually it used to be critic corner subforum. Now I merged it with submit your work, and submit your work now it's called submit your work for critic and review basically. And this is where I'm taking submissions and reviewing them and giving my best advices, best thoughts in order to help you guys to get better photography and eventually to get into the market which many of you are trying to emerge into tabletop studio photography market, where we shoot products where we don't deal much with people. We just can sit in our studio and have fun with those little still life objects and create something outstanding, which people pay a lot of money for good product photography. So I just hoping to help you guys by sharing my experience and my thoughts about your shots. Obviously it's just my opinion, so make sure that you do what you really like, okay? And don't let me to change your way, because it's your unique way. My stuff is just my technical advices is what I have for you, okay? By the way, don't forget about this holiday special which we're running. We're giving away brand new Einstein E640 strobe from Paul Sibaf. I will send it to any part of the world to one lucky winner of this giveaway, and to take a part of this giveaway you just need to buy one of my essential pack, liquid photography essentials or studio tabletop photography essentials. It's a great value, and it comes with my support, meaning when you have any trouble shooting any subject, you can always submit on a forum, not on this one, not on submit your work, but I have a special forum for each product where I give in my full support, and obviously I will provide you my best advices. I can even get something shot for you, because the main idea of those essential packs is to help you guys to get the shots done, okay? So don't forget about this cool Einstein. It's waiting for his new owner. Okay, so let me jump to our forum, FortiG forum, submit your work. Well, it's still submit your work. I think I changed the name, I added review and critic. Anyway, let's start from the very beginning. X-Fish Tank. So Curtis, you submitted so many shots and I really like it. I see how you kind of going straight to the point, and you learning a lot, and as usually I really enjoy to go through your submissions. So this is just looks like I need to make it bigger a little bit, almost like a full screen. Yeah, okay, so we got this really cool shot. Oh man, what is going on? Yeah, good images, I mean big images is good, so I like it. And this is the lighting setup, pretty simple. Curtis explaining that he just trying this technique. I remember I was doing a long time ago something similar, where I was submerging under the water some bottles of maybe it was even X, but I think some body wash. But anyway, Curtis, you get it right, you get it pretty well. The only thing I don't like the background. It doesn't have much of that gradient, the kind of spotlight. And there is a gradient, but it's gray, and I think some color, if you would add some color to it, it will make things easier, nicer, I would say. Well, I know you couldn't find gels, you can't find, so I just only can wish you to find them at some point, because with gels it makes shots like those, like this, look really cool. What else? You're talking about the water, meaning it's dirty, it has a lot of residue and stuff, and some dust, obviously. Well, I used to use just regular tap water, but same issues, plus a lot of little bubbles. Basically, I need to put that water for several hours to settle down. So now I use filtered water. You know, I have a lot of aquariums, so I bought this big system of filters which can provide almost distilled water. It's RAW-D unit. So I don't use distilled water for this, but I just use the regular filtered water. And if I fill a tank, I always cover it, let's say when I'm not shooting, so less dust will gets inside. Okay, it should help. Well, what else? The lighting for this, quite simple. I think a little bit more light, a little bit more definition for the cap would help a little. But the reflective part of the bottle looks cool, and I see the shape because of these gradients and lines. It's not flat, which is really cool. And the splashes itself, well, it's kind of fine. You can play, you know, with those bubbles. It can be very different bubbles. Sometimes I use, I remember I was using this little, you know, aerator, how you call that, bubble maker from the tank, fish tank. So I was putting it under the subject. It was making those bubbles for me. I can regulate how much bubbles coming out because there is a little regulator. It's again from pet store for aquariums. And sometimes it looks cool, you know, with bubbles all around and some build-ups of bubbles on the subject. Well, you can try. It may be interesting. And talking about this, the bottom, which actually is the top of the shot, right? Because you flipped it over. I think sometimes it's really cool when we see the surface, the water surface. So if you shoot it a little bit from behind to hit water surface, and well, you've seen the shots, right? Guys, I'm talking about shots like I have here in liquid. It's some old shots, but it's still, I think they're still really inspiring for many photographers. So yeah, that kind of shots. So you see when we see the the water surface, it looks kind of cool. Okay, but well, good start, Cortis. Just keep it going. Okay, next is X. Well, it's very popular brand. I'm wondering, do we need to contact them to get some money for taking, you know, so much talks and well, shooting? Okay. Sujay submitted this, well, the interesting shot of the soap, kind of almost like how we call it, high key type of shot. But you know, Sujay, remember I was kind of showing and other hangouts how to check if it's on white background, because for it's this shot with overexposed background and this paper which kind of falls into complete overexposure. It looks cool, but if you get this image and open it in Photoshop, here is a little helper. So I open it in Photoshop, we go to curves, and we just grab this little point and see if it's white. If you had white anything, it will remain white under this adjustment. Like this big corner, well, square on that corner, I don't know why it's white, but it's completely white. The rest is not white. It's not a white color. And if you look at actually the information, it's basically 254 instead of 255. And with, well, some stuff on this. So I can see this. I can see this not white on a monitor screen, on laptop monitor. If I tilt the screen, I I can easily see that it's not white. So it obviously will be visible if you send something like this to a client. It will be, boom, big minus for you, because they would have to clean it themselves. And it's supposed to be in white background by your kind of presentation, right? So make sure you check it and make this white. What else? The subject itself, it's a little bit too dark, especially that corner, the right bottom corner of this soap brick. I think it's a little bit too dark, especially for this kind of white kind of shot. So maybe some reflector would help. Actually, I see you have reflector number 3. This is lighting setup. And guys, thank you for submitting lighting setups. Well, this is a requirement. If you want to hear my opinion, you have to submit lighting setup. It's not for me, it's for the community. You understand it, right? It's for other photographers to learn from our mistakes and our, well, big victories, I would say. Okay? So, number 3 is a clear glass. And a little confused. Why you have it clear? What it's doing there? I don't know what you had, where the camera was positioned exactly. I don't see it here. It's good to have, you know, this camera. I don't know what this box with foil inside is doing there, but like I said, probably some more light, maybe from reflector on that corner of this. It will help soap to look better. Okay. So other than that, it's cool. Nice concept. Okay, thank you. So let's move to the next one. Coffee cup with chocolate from Maxim. Okay, that was really unusual, because first I was kind of thinking, oh, what's going on with those spoons? And why they kind of almost like hosts, they're semi-transparent, right? Then you explain that it's basically chocolate spoons, which is really cool, but still, why they like this? In terms of getting the idea from the shot, let's say it's advertisement, it's a little bit unclear. Oh, okay, who's coming? Let me quit. So it's a little bit unclear for me. But again, you like it, that was your idea, and it's good. It's just my own personal crazy opinion, okay? And you try to shoot it like on a white background, which is really good, but you see you didn't get it white. All right, it's gray. And the main, you know, the major task, accomplishment, I would say, when we shoot something on white background is a separation. We need to separate the background and the subject. And well, with your lighting setup like this, you're not getting full separation, right? Because, well, you need to have shadows, and it's not like on a clear black stick, how I was showing on other tutorial, which is completely fine. Just maybe you would need to move that your subject a little bit far away from the background. Okay? This is one thing, and then you can highlight a bit more. So the back, the vertical part of the background will be brighter, and on the bottom of the subject you will still have all the shadows, and it will be some kind of transition between a little bit grayish and almost completely white, which is fine. Plus, well, post-production, we'll try to actually to make it brighter on post-production in a minute. One more thing here. When we shoot this white subject, we shouldn't forget about creating the volume with the light and shadow. I don't see that much of the volume of this cap, because it's evenly lit, right? It goes from here to here. It's just a little bit darker than the background, but I don't see much of the diffuse of the gradient. The gradients creates the volume, so we see the shape of the subject, right? So I would use some. Let me check your lighting setup. I see you have these big two diffusers, and the white one from the left looks like it just worked as a reflector, right? You don't have any light behind it. And one on the right has some light behind it. So why would you move this right diffuser closer to the subject and create brighter spot on it? And it should actually, I would do it from the left side, but if you want try to from the right, it's fine. It supposedly will create a brighter area on the right side and darker on the left side of the subject, so it will be visible that it's rounded actually, right? It's not flat. So it's very important. We shouldn't forget about this, because when it looks flat, it's not good. So let me copy image. Let me go to Photoshop, and I'll try to do what? I'll try to make it a little bit brighter with levels. So if you grab it and move this level, yeah, you see what's happening? Because you have subject too close to your background, it's almost the same brightness as the background. Almost. I trying to pull up background to make it brighter. It booms, it kills the edges, and it basically wipes out part of our subject. So separation, and again separation of the subject and background. If you shoot something white on the white, okay. So other than that, that's pretty cool. Thank you for your shot. Okay, I'm kind of fast today, which is good. My toaster, Curtis, it's you, right? Yeah, I know. You probably like toasted bread, and I like it too. And it's a little bit overdone, the one piece of it. So the shot is cool. You see the color? Yeah, you made it in Photoshop. I mean, the changed color, right? That's what you said here. No, it looks like that was real blue background. Anyway, it doesn't matter how you did it. Separate background, right? Anyway, but it looks really cool. This blue background, it makes subject pop up really cool. So it's good. I really like those bread and yeah, how we did it. Guys, take a look at this. That's nice. Very clever and creative and simple, which I really like, because simplicity is a key to, well, to the progress, I would say, to getting good results in short time. Simplicity. What could be done better, in my opinion? It's a little bit flat, a little bit. Yeah, we see this front panel, well, not front, facing panel, and then this, the left side is bright, the front panel is darker, which is fine, and it looks cool. But if I look at your lighting setup, this one, I see you use the softbox on the left, just a softbox, and softbox is a cool thing for many shots, but the problem with softbox that it doesn't give you much of the gradient, right? It just boom, piece of evenly lit surface. And imagine if you would put diffuser, some kind of diffuser between that softbox, and let's say that you're gonna replace this softbox with a strip box diffuser, and then create a gradient on that diffuser. What it will give you, I think. Let me close it, and then let me grab. No, it's not. It's not running. I need to make sure it's running. Okay, it's running. So let me grab my thing. Oh, why it's so small? Huh. That's strange. Okay, anyway, I'm talking about this big surface, this big, right? And especially this corner where we see the reflection from the softbox. It's kind of bright, and it's a little bit, you know, not as nice as it could be. Imagine that we would have bright, let's say this area is dark, right? It's fine, it's darker. And then you would have that gradient on the diffuser, which will create nice gradient from this darker area then to really bright. Okay, and then it will fall off. All this reflection will be from the diffuser, and because you will create a gradient on the diffuser, it will be the same gradient here. So this panel won't be flat anymore, and you'll have this nice gradient to a little bit darker, from the brighter to darker. So basically this corner will be the brighter part, and then it will go to dark. And you see what will happen. We will have darker, then brighter area, then corner, and darker again. And it will look, well, I think it will look sexier. It's just my, my ideas. Obviously it needs to be played, and maybe I'm wrong. But it's just how I would approach this shot. Okay, what else? I really like how you catch that heat from inside. I see that it's real, and well, with strobes, guys, you know how to do it, right? Curtis knows. I know it too. When you have very low light, low-powered light, like these spirals or whatever, the heating elements inside the toaster, and very powerful light like strobes, to combine both of them in one shot, it's possible if you turn off all the lights in the studio, meaning continuous lights, even turn off modeling lights of your strobes, set shutter speed to be long enough to get that low light exposed correctly, like this, and shoot. If you do it in complete darkness, you will shoot, let's say you will have 5 seconds or half a second or maybe 2 seconds of exposure time. Strobes will do the job exactly the same as usual, and then you will get, with long exposure, all that light which is really weak, like this heating elements. I was using it when I was shooting lamps, LED kind of lamps with strobes. Obviously, when you turn strobes on, you don't see the light with 1/200 of a second shutter speed and, let's say, f8. So if I do that thing which I just explained you, I can get any type of light, any intensity light in one shot. You can do it obviously in 2 shots, without strobes and then with strobes, and with different shutter speed, and then do layering in Photoshop. But why to do if you can do it perfectly in one shot? Okay, so thank you, Curtis. Cool shot. I really like it. The bread is a little bit then overexposed with heat. the right piece of bread. Okay, let's move it. Orange water. Let's see what we got here. Pavel. I love that kind of shots. It's really cool. You know why it's cool? Besides everything, it's clean. That's very important, guys. When you work with liquid, with little splashes, sometimes you have much more bubbles or droplets, if it's kind of splash coming on the air, and many of them should be cleaned. You should leave only the big ones, nice looking ones. And well, this is cool, really cool. It's a little bit centered, everything is a little bit centered, but still it's kind of nice. I think it's not a big, not a problem. It just, that two-third type of thing makes me, maybe just because I get used to it too much, it kind of makes me think, oh, maybe you can move it a little bit somehow or get closer, or maybe just tilt the whole thing to be like this, a little bit diagonally, because you see it's kind of dividing the frame in the middle, and we have the middle, the subject, the orange, and then the little splash nice in the middle, which actually really cool. But it's a little bit too much everything in the middle. You see what I'm saying? And one more thing. Let me do this and open my little brother, Photoshop. Well, it's not my brother, it's my Zhenia's brother. My retoucher and wife. Okay, so people said that it's a little bit dark, and I agree actually. It's a little bit dark, even though I kind of like this, the color and texture on the orange, which is actually really cool, and I know it's hard to get the texture because it's very glossy. And let's go to levels, And let's try to make it just a little bit brighter. Just a little bit like this. Maybe like that. You see? I think this way it's just perfect. You know, the orange now has that white, you know, skin. I mean, under the skin, that white thing. It's white. Here it's not. It's a little bit gray. And the water looks really, really kind of nice. So, well, do you want me to post it? I think I can just save it and post next to your image, just, you know, for the reference. So I added just a little bit of the layers, and I would put it Pavel fixed, and I upload it after we're done. Okay. So, other than that, really cool shot. Thank you. And again, guys, look at how cool and how simple at some point the lighting setup is, and not many strobes, nothing, not the big strobes, just a little hot shoe battery powered strobes, right? Same as speed lights. It's just this little less expensive. Yeah, one of them SB and one of that Chinese thing, which completely doesn't matter. It doesn't change the result. But yeah, I like this. I don't know, is it do-it-yourself type of softbox? In any case, it looks really cool, and I see the nice spot it creates. So that's very nice. And well, not many lights, right? And still very, very good result. That big diffuser on top, that's how we highlighted our orange with diffused light. Light was from top, so it was relatively sharp angle. That's why we see all the texture on the orange. Again, it's very important. If you would put the light somewhere next to the camera in front, it will kill all the texture. Yeah, we will see the nice orange, bright, but without texture, or with a lot of reflection from that, from the internals. And this way, when we have sharp, well, it's not sharp, the angle is sharp, but light is diffused. So it's the best solution to have a big diffuser on top, and then nice spot. Basically, the spot only to make the liquid looks good because it's clear. So we highlight, we create nice spot on the background, and that's what we see through the liquid. And that's how liquid come up usually very, very well, because it's clear. So thank you, Pavel. Okay, let's move to the next one. Curtis, again you! I see you start kind of playing with water, with liquids, and it's great. You know, I see that, well, you are thick man now, same as me. Now you'll be shooting liquids, and well, you will see how you will dive in it. It's just amazing thing, right? When you shoot something and you don't see the result, when you don't see what you're shooting because it's just a fraction of a second, which when it exists, and then you see the result on the monitor. Well, for me, it's just priceless, you know, that kind of thing. I really love. And well, it's challenging. It's a lot of challenge, right? When you imagine when you shoot something for your client and they expect to see some particular way it forms, the liquid forms, and then that's when it comes to, you know, when it becomes challenging, because sometimes liquid just don't want to create that shape. Okay, so yeah, I see how, I mean, how it was bad with cropping. You didn't have macro lens, and yeah, for these little droplets, obviously macro lens is a must. And this is the gel ball, right? Flying. I hope it's a gel ball because it looks kind of a little strange. And well, you got it right. Actually, you got the main idea of that kind of shots. You see the water surface, right? And when it's calm, it's like a mirror, and you can have some interesting reflection from here. You have just blue, non-gradient type of feeling, I would say. Imagine that you would create, let's say, gradient on that big diffuser on top, right? The water surface will be reflecting it when it's calm, so it will be some nice gradient, even spot in the middle. And then when you drop something, it creates those waves, wrinkles. And if you have some other light source, let's say strip box somewhere, it will reflect, well, that's what you did here. Yeah, you have that strip box and you have diffuse light. So the diffuse light behind it was for background, and strip box was for what? For these reflections. Guys, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, let me point at it directly. Okay, so I'm talking about these pieces. You don't see them, any of that kind of reflections, when liquid is calm, even though we have the strip box, bright strip box on top. But only with waves it starts picking up that light and reflects, and that's, you can create very nice droplets and stuff like this with this technique. So one light to be reflected on the waves and another light to be reflected on the calm surface, and then you drop something and boom, it looks really cool. You see only two light sources, not big deal, right? So yep, pretty nice, except you need macro lens. I hope you'll get it. I hope you'll get it soon, because, well, just work a little bit more, post the images everywhere, and well, you'll see somebody will knock your door and asking for shots like this. And that's when you can offer not only macro lens, you can offer a lot of stuff. Because this photography, that liquid photography, cost a lot. Much more than portraits, I would say. Much more. Okay. So we got it here. We got Carlsberg Export Splash, which Patrick, our dear Patrick, again did something crazy at home. It just not for woman's eye, that kind of lighting setups. And well, pretty cool shot. Yeah, I did something similar. If you were following me, guys, I did something similar with beer, and yeah, it was a little bit different beer. And on my shot, it was a little bit less of velocity of this beer which I was throwing, so it was not that many droplets. Here it's kind of, well, it looks actually pretty cool. And I remember you were asking, Patrick, about how to recover because you get too much light for those splashes. And well, it looks like you did it. It looks like you got it in Photoshop. By the way, Patrick, sorry if sometimes I don't answer when you post me on Google Talk. It just I can't. I don't have time. Sometimes I see a message. Sometimes I can miss it. But the best way is to submit on the forum, so I can always because I read everything. Again, maybe not I'm answering on everything because I'm doing my best, but I always get back to you. And on the forum, it will stay forever, right? Your question. On the Google Talk, it's gone. So, one more thing. Why you got this too bright splash? One of the reasons, well, it pick up a lot of light from the behind, right? The light which you use to highlight the bottle. And why it gets so much light? Because when we have relatively turbulence-free liquid, especially like a beer, and beer with not much of bubbles inside, maybe it's a good idea not to have them too much. It's kind of clear, and when you shoot, when you have light coming through it, it's not really much highlighting, right? Unless it kind of hitting camera directly. Here it's not direct hit. You have light behind the bottle. But because you have so much bubbles, turbulence, it obviously, it grabbed all that light and diffused it, and well, the lens catch it, and that's how you get overexposed those splashes. It's just, you know, the thing which you can always kind of think about how much turbulence, how much transparent your splash is. Less transparency means more diffusion and more chance to be overexposed by hair light, by background light. Okay? So other than that, really cool shot. I like it. The areas for improvement is a cap, I mean the top of the bottle. Right? This area could be brighter. And the cap, actually, cap itself could be brighter. It's like additional light somewhere on the front top just to highlight it without getting reflection, you know, that the hard reflections from the bottle, from the glass itself. And also strangely looking bottom. That's probably the way you have the light behind it. But those areas where you can improve it. Plus, as I'm saying in most cases, where is my freaking spot on the background? Just kidding. But I think the spot would help. So basically you need corners a little bit darker and the middle maybe a little bit brighter, and it will be cool. Or if you have it like this, make sure you have evenly lit blue background. Because now it's like, you see, it's kind of darker at the bottom and a little bit darker on the top right corner, and a little bit brighter on the top left comparing to top right. So it's a little bit uneven, and again, that kind of thing which will always, well, show your customer or potential customer who look at your portfolio, you know, tell about yourself, you know, how good you are at the details. Because you see, shot like this, you submit it on a Flickr and it will be a lot of wows. Oh man, how I did it, which is really cool. But, and plus many you can get some clients from it even, but they won't be paying too much because that probably will be some local guys with very low budget, which is fine for beginning. But think about this. Let's say you got this shot and you got it, let's say not perfectly right because there is no right or wrong, but got it better. And all this area which I highlighted for you is fixed. I mean, they done really cool. And in this case, the guys from advertisement agencies, not even big, let's say not your local, but advertisement agencies, guys who work with photographers every day, and they know all the things, they feel them, even maybe better than us. Sometimes I don't see the thing that they can see. I mean, there's little mistakes. And it's very important not to have them, because, well, that's how you can get into that market, by showing really cool shots and, you know, done carefully without mistakes, but with your own vision. There is a difference between, you know, how I see it and how I couldn't do. Okay, so it's just my thoughts all around. Great shot, Patrick. Just keep going. I think every time you do better and better, which is really cool. And well, like I said, I really hope you guys to get into that market. You'll start getting the assignments soon, if not already. By the way, if any of you having any progress or any activity on that side of photography, I'm talking about not technical, but from the client kind of thing, please post your experience. Actually, I'm going to create a topic, well, forum, where we'll be talking about how to advertise ourselves, strategies, you know, all the things which I can share and you can share between you guys, and well, it will help us to get jobs. And also, very cool thing, it's almost like announcement. We'll be working with representatives now. On the 40G, it will be not only my consulting and my reviews, but it will be a representative who basically works with photo buyers. And well, it will be my representative and fewer others who will be willing to help us, to help the community. So that's really cool news, because that's the last link I don't have between getting cool shots and getting big money from it. Okay, without that link, it's just really hard to get those two things coming together. So we'll have it. I'm working on this, and well, my dream is becoming true. My dream of creating educational source for photographers to help to go from the very beginning till the end, and hopefully I'll help you guys to make your dream come true, to becoming successful product photographers, commercial photographers. Whew. Okay, let me go to next one, body wash. Okay, this one, Devin, I think you new to the forum, so well, you said it. So welcome to Photog. It's great that you joined us, and well, let's see what we can do together as a member of our community. I think it will be much easier for you to get shots done, to learn faster, and eventually to get there to your dreams job, right? Photography in studio. So X, yeah, very popular brand, very popular. Nice white background, actually, and it's pure white, which is really cool. So this part is done very well. I like the edge lights. It looks good and it's not overexposed sometimes, but that's what happens when you have too bright background. I think you clean it in post-production, right? So it's done really good. The thing which could be improved, let's see. This area, oops, it's never that time. This area is too dark. It's really dark, and we don't see the texture, meaning not much texture of the plastic, but the sweat, I mean the liquid droplets, we don't see them, and they should be visible. So you're missing the light, the hair light from that side. Okay, in general, if you have that kind of shape of it, right, at least on top. So if you put two hair lights, and you will highlight all those droplets without without adding much light on the surface itself, because it's a flat surface, and well, it will be highlighted again. We will see this edge, this nice edge, right, from this side. So we will see this all nice shape with very bright droplets, and some of them will be, will have these little sparks, which is really cool. So that thing to improve. And again, if you want to retain this look, you see one part is darker, one brighter, it's fine. You can always have not even power on those three boxes, on the hair lights, right? You can have one as twice as brighter than another one. But still, that another one will get droplets highlighted, and it's very important. The label is kind of fine. And well, like I said, if you would do some hair light, if you add, it will be cool. You have it like this. It's not real lighting setup, which is, like I said, it's always preferably to have the real lighting setup. But I see it was big soft boxes, and they just, I don't know how you really had them in real life, but they didn't do good job, because this too dark. Okay. Other than that, it's cool. You managed, well, label is nice, maybe a little bit evenly lit, because we have this area a little bit brighter than this on the label, but it's not big deal. Okay, so other than that, that's cool. So again, welcome aboard, and thank you for submitting. Good job. Just keep going. Already. Too complex for the beginner. We already talked about this last time, so I'm skipping. But because we have these two forums merged, I'm going to open this post from Critic Corner. And let's see if it was there. Maybe I just missed it last time, but anyway, I didn't talk about this. I'm a graphic designer. It's from Gurchi, if I pronounce it right, sorry. So he's saying that this is his first product shot, and suggestion about how to improve. He liked this lot of stuff, and he not sure about the bottom and the parabolt inside the bottle. Not sure about what you're asking about inside bottle, but let me tell you what I'm thinking. So the bottom, yeah, it's a little bit too bright, even though it looks nice, and I don't think you can easily, you know, with lighting kind of eliminate that kind of reflection at the bottom, because it's a rough glass there, and it obviously reflects almost anything, whatever you put light. So in Photoshop you can always just make it not as bright. Select that area and dim it. Make it less bright and you'll be fine. It's fine to have highlight there, just less bright. I like how we have edge around the bottle, but you see, I see that where table ends and where light starts. Talking about this, I see softbox going up, and then this is table going down. And well, it's kind of fine. I just you probably seen how I shoot bottle of wine. There is a way to do it, right? To fix it. If you have basically no table, you can have all the way to the bottom that reflection from softboxes if you need it this way. But again, it's not a big deal. The strange thing I see here, you see this bright area at the back side of the bottle, then it starts becoming darker. Is it a label on the back? If it is a label, make sure next time you take it off. We don't shoot with labels on the back, even though it's in real product. We take out those labels. And then these reflections here and from other side, reflection from the soft boxes, they look a little bit too much maybe for me. I usually prefer have a gradient, nice gradient, having darker on the center and then brighter. In this case it will be nice, you know, gradient from basically darker center of the bottle where it reflects nothing, then well, your camera and you no light there, and then because you have gradient it will be a little bit nicer. Well, look at this. I have posted lighting setups. It's free, even though it's paid course. I'm working how we shoot bottles. What else? Well, other than that, it's look cool. If you will fix these reflections, if you would take out the label, it will look good. But you see, the good thing is sometimes liquors like this will look really cool if you highlight them from inside, meaning it will glow kind of. Obviously, there is no way to highlight it with light just having inside or even from the bottom, because usually it's clear, it's transparent. I mean the liquid. And look at how I shoot beer. The tip is maybe you can have opening on the background, just cut it a little bit and have light there. And in this case you'll have, well, just try it. You'll see. It's not easy to do, but it may give you some cool ideas how to make your liquor glow from inside. You know, that kind of warm glow. It costs a lot. I can tell you. I mean, that look. So okay, and other than that, it's good shot. Especially for the first time, it's very good job. So great result. Just continue. If you you post 3 times already, so you're probably not new here, and well, I'm glad that you start submitting your work. We need guys like you in our community, because well, I see the big how you call it, potential. Okay, just keep going. Okay, and Rosa waves, I think we talked about this, Patrick, last time, and we talked about smoked chili, and the only thing we missed is, well, I missed, not you, is this shot. No, we didn't miss it. So fine, we're done. I talked about this too, or I didn't. Oh man, I remember I was looking at this. Okay, guys. It's just my head. I'm sorry. I think I talked about it. If not, I will look and add the video additionally, because I have things to say here, but I just don't want to repeat. Okay. So if I didn't talk about last time, I will add to this review. I will check. Now I'm in doubts and I'm not sure. Okay. So we done it. Thank you guys. It was again a great pleasure. I really enjoyed this, and well, thank you for submitting, for being part of the community, because now we have the place on internet where anyone can go and freely learn tabletop, you know, that kind of liquid photography. When I was doing it, when I started like 6 years ago, there was nothing like this. It was pieces here and there, and it wasn't good at all. So because of you guys, we having this source, we having this community. I started it a long time ago, but now it's not my job, it's your job to doing this, and well, you're doing it really great, and thank you so much. It means a lot to me. It's kind of, like I said, it's my dream becomes true. Dream of having free online resource for tabletop studio photographers, for those guys who like to shoot silently in studio without much people. Okay. Oh, my little one, let me finish. Okay, you see, we're on the camera. Let me finish in 1 minute and I'll be back to you. Okay, just wait there. Okay, so we're done. And don't forget about winning this guy. In January 1st, or well, let's say 2nd, we'll find the winner. You can get this Einstein with my tabletop or liquid studio photography essentials pack. And just imagine how cool 2013 year will be for you, okay, and your photography. Good luck and happy holidays. Bye, guys.